Milo was the kind of mouse who was always late for breakfast, late for naps, late for everything. His tiny village, a cozy collection of mushroom houses and acorn lamps, ran on the gentle ticking of 100 different clocks. But for Milo, time was a river he was always chasing from behind. A cozy forest village at dawn, warm light spilling from tiny windows. Milo, a small mouse with big ears and a worried expression, scurries past swinging clock pendulums and shadows that tick like metronomes. He was cute, expressive, and just a little bit clumsy, forever tripping over his own tiny feet in a rush to catch up. One bright, sun-dappled afternoon, while hurrying to a picnic he was already late for, Milo stumbled over a gnarled root at the base of an ancient oak tree. A golden forest clearing, soft light filtering through the leaves. Buried beneath the moss and earth was a peculiar object. A glowing old clock half buried under roots. It wasn't like the other clocks in the village. Its hands were carved from moonlight, and it hummed with a soft, magical energy. Milo, driven by curiosity and desperation, reached out a tentative paw. He turned the dial. The world hiccuped. A single perfect minute appeared out of nowhere, gifting him just enough time to catch his breath. Delighted, he turned it again and again. Each turn gave him another precious minute, a little pocket of stillness just for him. He finally felt in control, no longer a slave to the relentless ticking that ruled his life. He just wanted a little more time, but borrowed minutes come with a price. Back in the village, the world began to fray at the edges. Apples fell suddenly from trees, thudding to the ground with no breeze to shake them. A bluebird, soaring gracefully across the sky, froze mid-flight, its wings locked in a single confusing beat. A cart full of berries, parked securely on a hill, rolled backward on its own, scattering its sweet cargo everywhere. Shadows twisted, stretching and shrinking at unnatural speeds, moving too fast while the world stood still. The village, once a place of calm, predictable rhythm, was descending into chaos. Milo didn't mean to break the world. He watched from the edge of the clearing as his friends scurried in confusion, dodging falling fruit and ducking from frozen birds. The quiet, predictable slowness of his home had been replaced by a jarring, unpredictable speed. He looked at the magical clock in his paws, its glow now seeming less like a gift and more like a warning. The world was breaking because of him. He knew, with a sinking feeling in his tiny chest, that he had to return every single minute he had borrowed. With a heavy heart, he scurried back to the ancient oak tree. He began to turn the dial backward, one click at a time. For every minute he returned, he had to perform a small, clever act to undo the damage. He used a long blade of grass as a lever to gently nudge the berry cart back into place. He mimicked a hawk's cry, startling the frozen bluebird back into motion. With the help of his friends, he gathered the fallen apples, turning a moment of chaos into an impromptu cider-pressing party. Slowly, carefully, Milo fixed the chaos not by stealing time, but by using his own time wisely and with purpose. The world settled back into its familiar, comforting rhythm. The clocks ticked in harmony, the shadows danced their slow, predictable waltz, and the village returned to its peaceful state. That evening, the villagers didn't scold him for being late. Instead, they gathered around him, appreciating the cleverness and effort he had shown. He learned that managing his time was far more rewarding than trying to steal it. Sometimes, the time you have is already enough.